Today I'm in Oscoda, and right now I'm watching the sunrise. They've taken on the nickname Paddletown, USA. And you know what? I really like that. So I'm going to take them up on their nickname, and I'm going to paddle in as many spots as I can in a 12-hour period. I'm sort of obsessed with the transition between land and lake. There's something about it where we as people want to build a smooth transition, whether it's a beautiful beach like that or a pier like this. There's something beautiful about it, and there's something that has to be specifically rugged so that it can last over the years. Today is one of those days where that transition, it feels inviting. There's no way that I'm gonna let a morning like this go to waste. I just had to get out on my paddleboard. It's so flat calm right now. This is just incredible. Look how epic Andy looks with the sun behind him right now. I bet he doesn't even know that. Or maybe he's putting those vibes out.
It's always nice when Lake Huron is flat calm, because getting out on a paddle like this on one of the Great Lakes is one of my favorite things to do. Something I've already learned to love about the Oscoda area is how many water options there are with the Au Sable River, Lake Huron, and then the inland lakes around here. No wind out here today. It's perfect.
Already peeling off layers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you go out for an early morning paddle. You have to be prepared for all of the different conditions.
Absolutely.
I was trying to do something fun with my paddle. Thanks for saving it.
That was my first time going two paddles.
Pier-to-pier, pedestrian pier to Au Sable River pier.
I love paddling structure like this. It's just so interesting to see like the rock formations underneath and the structure above the water. All right, we made it to our destination. Paddle pier to pier. Would you call the first one a jetty or a pier? A pier? So is this a jetty or a pier? Wonder what's on the other side.
When we were first planning our trip here to Oscoda, I was doing most of the planning for this one. I knew that I wanted to paddle a few different lakes, including Lake Huron, and now this one, Cedar Lake. And this is our first time ever out on this lake, so we might not be in the right spot for fishing.
The main goal is to paddle, but I think we need to at least catch one fish today. Oh, don't leave me before you get on camera. Look at that. Beauty. Bye, buddy. Yes, Andy, I'm winning. Now that I've caught a fish, I feel like I can talk about what my trolling system is for when I'm paddleboarding. I use a tiny little salmo on the end of a very small lightweight rod. I got a clip that's connected to my chest pack here, and that makes it so that I can paddle hands-free, and then I can feel if a fish hits, because I can feel it hit when it's on my hip like that. Catching that fish is important for me because I have a goal. Now, of course, I want to catch as many fish as possible, just like everybody does. But I want to catch at least one fish on as many lakes as I possibly can in Michigan. So that fish is really important to me because I had to make sure that before I left Cedar Lake, I could say that I at least had one fish here. So that's really important.
It's so perfect out here. I can essentially stay in one spot without paddling, without an anchor, which is pretty uncommon on a paddleboard. So now it can be, if I can just catch a fish, that would be like a bonus. So I bought some lures, some soft bait, and some jig heads from a Michigan-based company called Mule Jigs, and that is what I have been using really all over. All right, let's go. This bass right here, oh, got me on the board. It hit pretty hard, and he was a good fighter. I had him on the ultralight. Bye, buddy. See you later.
This is one of those days where it's so calm that it looks like you're actually paddling on top of clouds. The reflection is so perfect. It's like a mirror. A good portage. I'm not doing it right now, but I'm glad I spotted this because now I know when I do a bigger paddle, this is where I'm going to take out. And it's nice when it's a designated spot because then as you're passing over dams and things like that, it feels a lot less sketchy when there's a designated spot that says portage.
Paddling a section right now of the Au Sable River, and I'm going down towards Finish Line Park, which I have to assume is where the finish line is for the big race every year, and then going to get something to eat right here along the river. So that's the plan as of now. There's a pretty good flow going, so I'm really just steering, not even paddling that much, and just enjoying the float really at this point. When I'm in an area for the first time, there's a lot of discovery. I didn't know everywhere I wanted to go and everything that I wanted to do. But one thing I have noticed is there is a lot of access to the river in Oscoda, which is awesome. Near the High Banks Trail and some of that area to get to the river, different launches along the way, and then right here, more downtown Oscoda. So many chances to get out and get along the water. So if someone doesn't want to actually be on the water like I am right now, fishing along the banks from some parks and stuff like that still gives opportunities to enjoy the river. I'm sure throughout the history of the race, there has been some really close finishes, but I would assume that right here, this last stretch is so intense. I bet the paddling is, if you have someone close, or if the racers are close to each other, they're going hard right here to get to this finish line. Pretty cool to think about that. When it says it's the world's toughest spectator sport, this might be the spot where spectators can get a pretty good view. The perfect takeout spot, and I'm going to go get something to eat here now. If you're gonna have a really paddle-friendly community, having spots like this to get out is key.
We've paddled an enjoyable amount of paddling today, and I'm very hungry right now. And to think that you'd be done paddling a marathon and then you could get served this burger.
Oh yeah.
It must be the best tasting burger ever because it's good right now. And to think that you could finish a marathon and do that.